Testing. Testing. Can I be heard? Checking. Yeah, it should be working. Oh, I see Leo. Alright, so this is gonna be an Ask Me Anything session while I write Ball of Nothing, which is the latest chapter, South of Endo Hill, which will be published today? No. It will be published tomorrow at noon, as usual, GMT plus 8. So, is it very soft? Okay, let me try and speak louder. Let me know at any time if you have difficulties hearing me. Dang it. Oh, hello, Momo. Is it very soft on YouTube? I don't know why it's always this way. So yeah, it might be because I just bombed this thing on my fans, so they're all not here because they are busy somewhere. But in any case, I was saying that I was doing this session because I took an inspiration from you, Momo, when you were doing that voice call thing. I just didn't schedule it before that because I'm so used to streaming my things, and I was like, yeah, since I'm a multitasking pro, why not let me, yeah, okay, sure. It's like, since I'm a multitasking pro, I might as well try and challenge myself to see if I can talk while I write and answer questions from people. But seeing as there's nobody, I think it's not going to be a challenge at all. Right, so I've started the 1 hour timer, and if that timer goes off, that's it. So for whoever is watching this out of curiosity, an introduction to myself, I'm Destiny Aitsuji. I go by many other names as well, but this is one of my names, and this is my main pen name. If you're curious, you can check out in the links below. There should be a link to my profiles, my descriptions, my whatever, yeah. Long story short, I actually started my writing journey somewhere 2010, but I actually did develop an interest when I was 15. So this is my website. I am currently making a new one, in the process of making a new one anyways. This is using Blogger. I can't do this. My editor said I have to use Wix, and I'm an IT idiot, so wish me luck. This is about me. You can just check it out. So some of my portfolio includes all these websites that I've published on. I'm a self-published author. I'm also a fanfiction author. If you like my works, please support me on Patreon or on Ko-fi. It's all in the links in the descriptions below somehow. And these are some of my books now. So this one's contracted. I just streamed it earlier and I was dying because I don't know how to cook, and I made a YouTube video. Oh, it's still soft on computer. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm trying so hard. But yeah, I guess the mic is not very... I don't know if it's the mic or if it's for me. But okay, let me try and get the settings out because I have no idea how to do this. Oh wait, I think it's in filters. Give me a second. Is this better right now or is it not good? It's better than when wearing headphones. Oh, okay, yeah. Is the volume is not increasing, is it? Is that the problem right now? Testing, does it work? It's not better, is it better? I can't tell the volume. Maybe just up the volume because it sounds fine for me, but I think maybe it's the some setting. I'm not good at settings. Oh no. Okay. I'll just continue where I was. So I see that there are people coming in right now. So latecomers, yeah. Oh, with headphones, that's fine. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I would suggest for all the other people who have just come, can you put on your headphones or your earphones or something? Because the volume is a little bit wonky. And okay, so I was talking about this. I was doing this stream earlier and I made a video explaining why you should not trust writers when they write something that seems plausible because I can't cook and I think I did very well on the chapter. I did a lot of research and I asked a heck a lot of people about cooking. So this one is a video coming up next Saturday or something. Yeah. The one that I'm currently streaming for today is going to be Ball of Nothing. And this started off as a pet project, so you can say that if the liberal assassin is this book is the end of me, it is actually my suicide book, suicide novel. Like I was suicidal when I wrote this and I wanted this to be like a suicide letter, the last book I'll ever write to this world. And what do you know, it actually saved my life while I was writing this, so I learned a lot from this. Mm, and the one work that I started just after my rebirth, in a sense, is Ball of Nothing. If Liberal Assassin was my ending, then Ball of Nothing would be my beginning. That's how special these two works are, and I don't think I'll be able to write something else like Ball of Nothing ever again in this life. Because firstly, it's too unique. It's something like Gintama. You can't do that series twice. You just can't. It's something like One Piece as well. You just can't replicate that twice. It's not going to be the same. It's a journey kind of book where you grow with it. So here are some of my other works. This one was a 1 month project, kind of similar to another book that I did for my second pen name that is published on Amazon. This one is my very first book. I took a year and it's only like 60,000 words and it's not very good. But hey, you know, everybody has to start somewhere. So that's enough of me. All the links are in the description. If you're still curious about who I am, what I do, please check that out. I also have a lot of social media that is currently not very popular, but I try because my editor said you have to get out there and expose yourself to people, otherwise they would not read your works because you write philosophical fiction. It's not even a genre. Yeah, well, it's not a genre. It's a niche. Yeah, I so many books? Not really. I only have like 11 on web novel, 70 on fanfiction, maybe 12 on Wattpad, and 3 on Amazon. It's not the most, but yeah, so I have 11 over here. Some of them are duplicates in high ash. So this is some of the works that I actually do. Ta-da! Yeah, so some of the new ones over here. I want to talk about this. This one is something I would like to encourage people who are interested to write to actually check it out because it's a prompt collection, which means it's completely random. So this is my author's notes because it used to be this book. My Wife is an Eagles, but I changed it because I want to enter the WSA competition, which I currently now don't really want to go through with it. So many coins. What coins? Oh no, those I bought and I didn't use it, so it just accumulated. You you only know one coin? What, what do you mean by yeah? I huh? Are you talking about coins? Or are you talking about books? I don't have a lot of books. I have a lot more stories to tell, but they are not written yet. So compared to that, this library is nothing. But yeah, I do intend to write a lot more. I have two more series sitting on the shelf. You have no idea. Anyways, I was saying these are prompts, and this kind of things are considered stories as well. I don't have time to tell all these things that I have to tell before I die. And yeah, I'm probably gonna die young, but yes, I know you only read Ball of Nothing, which is okay, which is fine. This is like free advertisement, okay? Prompts. I don't know. Some of you like short reads. This is the one for you. But yeah, if you want to talk about. Okay, I'm not gonna go into this because some people are touchy with BL. This one over here, I want to advertise. Once I'm done with this, I'm actually going to put it out for self publishing on Amazon. And yeah, so my Amazon profile is kind of fucked up as well because I don't know what's wrong with it. I can't link both pen names together. So I just, yeah, I'm gonna not go with that. And what was I gonna do again? I forgot. Yeah, I got distracted by the chat. Ah, I know. This one, you hate if I hate cliffhangers too, okay? Don't worry. I try not to put any cliffhangers in the I'll make them love BL. Well, I mean, I'm all for spreading it. I try not to make all like most of my chapters you see in season 4 if you're there because you proofread it. I don't put cliffhangers there, do I? I don't, right? Ash, are you still with me? Okay, give me a second. Where did I? Yeah, this is my file. It's like freaking messy. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this secret folder. It's called Idea Bunnies, which is not so secret right now. And I say mini plot thoughts, but they are nowhere near mini because some of them are in series. Check this out. Each and every one of them can be a full-blown book or series. Like this one over here. This one about a young boy and ta 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 ta. It's from a different book. It's from The Liberal Assassin. It's like a small plot that Kronos wrote when he was a writer, and then Titus asked it. That was just like a 2 paragraph kind of introduction, and I have an entire story about that. Can you imagine that? 16 is a Gang is also a story, but it's from Love Journal, and that's just insane. Over here, so the idea of my wife is an eagles came from this one, but I kind of tweaked it a little bit off track. So this remains as an individual idea. And this one, a survival game, can actually be a series. It's kind of like the Hunger Games and stuff like that. I don't know why. And this one is also a mix with the previous idea of a part timer to my wife is an e-ghost. But it's also a unique idea. So the gist of it remains the same of a coma and a ghost. That's where I took the inspiration from. And like I said, 16 is again is just from it's from Love Journal. I don't know why. These are some of the plots that I have, okay? This 6 Transmigrator is a borrowed thing that I used to completely twist to write survival bunker. It's not as fun, but the plot is still kind of the same. It's from a dystopian. There's one that I have in paper copy that I did not put here because it's way too complex. It's a 6 or 7 book series. It's like a book set. It's the Denema series, Denema. I think I'm gonna die if I write that. If I start writing that, the prologue is 1 book, and then you have different gods in different. Yeah, the maps are just insane. So it's not a secret now. But this is the kind of things that I have. That's why when people say, "Can you help me to write my idea?" I go, "No, thank you. I don't even have times to write my ideas. I can't help you." And I do want to show the people who don't have Instagram this. This is my Instagram. The one I want to show you guys because we are doing Ball of Nothing is this picture. Can you check it out? I used Incarnate, something that Bryce, the editor, actually told us about, and I created the map of season 4. So we have, let me introduce you. This is Endo Hill. It's not a hill, it's a mountain, but sue me, okay? And then we have Magnus Hilda, which we just recently completed, kind of. And this is Rocket Mountain. So it's like a mountain range over here, and as you can see, there is this little thing. I'm not sure if it shows very clear on the screen, but this is all the conflicts thing. So this map is pretty much a spoiler of the entire season 4. Show you, yeah, yeah. You can show me your idea bunnies one day, and then we will see how many of that we can take off the list someday, like 10 years later. Oh, who has the most idea bunnies? Yes, that's a ball of nothing map. It's on my Instagram. I put it to Facebook and Twitter as well. Like I only have Instagram, Facebook and Twitter because Instagram posts automatically to Facebook and Twitter at the same time. That's why I have only these three. I don't use a lot of social media. I don't know how to use a lot of social media. I'm not a social media person. But yes, this is a ball of nothing map. It's only for Earth in season 4. So you can see Smart Dust is this small thing. The spoiler, you know? Oh, there's more than the spoiler that you already seen. This is the entire map. I have the entire season 4 planned out. That's how I know there are 9 nations. And that Indra Siegel is behind. I forgot to put that in the first one. Yep. And then this over here is Lycanthropia. This is the deserted zone, which I'm not sure if the demons want to, it's just a thought for now. But these triangles that you see here are main points of, lawless areas that I said. This over here is going to be the one that's coming soon in Derby Desert Hub. I'm still doing Derby Desert, so in case you want to know, yeah, social media is a pain, but we have to get ourselves out there according to the editors, so I have to use it. And this is, yeah, so this is going to be the gnome city, which we have not covered. I have not written it yet. So what you see now on this live screen this year is the thing that I'm still writing and that you have not received, and I'm still waiting for some of the chapters that I gave, but it's not back yet. Yeah, pox and witches were like the last ones, and then this 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm waiting for 4 more. They've probably been published, but they're not edited. I didn't receive anything, so yeah. That's for Ball of Nothing Ash. You hunt? You gonna hunt? Yes, in any case. So for those of you who don't have social media, this is my room, my kind of office kind of thing. I'm still having back issues because the chair and everything is not, I'm not a very tall person. Can you see the stool over here at the bottom? That stool is actually a thing to lift my leg up because I'm too short to touch the ground on a chair that has wheels. So I just want to show you, this is what my Patreon currently looks like. I do my public page. Okay, so well, it doesn't look like much over here. I don't charge a lot, so if whoever is watching this can afford it, please do help, because by the end of this year, if I do not make SGD 2000 per month, I will have to stop full-time writing, and I have to go back to finding a full-time job, which kind of means I don't have time to write and I won't be able to do all these things. So you can start. Tiny Yummy is $1. Desperate Reader is 5. Little Einstein is 10. All of these have Discord rewards and more. So I actually do keep it active even though there's nobody, just in case some kind soul kinds around and then they want to, support me. These are the things I actually put. So there are kind of spoilers. There's oh, I'm not showing you this. Okay. There are kind of like spoilers, there are announcements and all these things. There are like more interviews and more questions and answers, and I give priority to Patreons and people who buy me coffee to actually choose where to go with plots that they want. Like if there is a vote, paid votes, I'm gonna have like priority. So some of these things over here, okay, my current goal is like 200 for coffee, and every cup is, I think it's 5. So yeah, once I hit this 200 goal with all the questions, so let's see, 200 divided by 5 is about 40 questions. I will definitely do a video of a rapid fire question and answer so that everybody can, get to know me better, or I can just roast people. Right, so this is it. If you feel like it and anybody else is watching and you have money, yeah, that's it. Do I post on other sites? Yes, I post on other sites. I currently have been approached by this one called Ringdom, which is also dreamy. This is my backend, okay? This is the book that I created for them. I am waiting for this coming Friday to know the results of the competition. If I get first place, it's going to be 5,000 USD. If I don't, then it's just going to be this 50 that I've earned so far. This is Dreamy, a sister company of Ringdom. I don't know if anybody else knows Ringdom, but yes, I was approached by them. I wrote something, I signed it, and this is it. So they actually did this really lovely cover over here, which can be found on my Instagram as well. And apart from this, I do this, like this entire list over here are the platforms that I use. So fanfiction.net, if you click into it, there you go. This is my profile. It's like, oh, I actually have 72 stories. What do you know? I thought I had 70 anyway. So these are all fanfictions. I mostly write for, okay, I've written for One Piece. I've written for, okay, these are all my fandoms, but the one that I really support is gonna be One Piece. It's gotta be Naruto. I ship Sasunaru. Mm, I do find the series as well. I like find the series, and I think my biggest fandom would be this Hitman Reborn. So I majorly write for this, although I have others. That's a long time ago. Yeah, so this is my fanfiction profile. I have web novel as you saw before, and you guys know I write here because that's where you come from. So I have 11 stories, and some of them are unique to only web novel. For example, She Rules the Dungeon is unique only to web novel, and The Contracted Works is unique to web novel. And yeah, I guess Time Cross Academy is also unique to web novel. So there are some that you can't find anywhere else. I have a Wattpad, and this Wattpad is very noisy. I have 58 published stories. What? Okay, I didn't know that, but I guess this should be accurate. I haven't updated this for a while. I should be updating Ball of Nothing here, but no romance. Okay, never mind. I should be updating season 1 up here, but I haven't got time for it. And this is some of the things I do. Web novel is basically just about everything that I can do. So yeah, there are some as well, which is unique to it. So it's like a long list over here. So it's like 72 plus 58 plus 11 minus the duplicates. I have no idea how many. Smash Words was a site that I used to publish fonts vitae. Fonts vitae? Vitae. Something like that. Yeah, but anyways, these are the books that can also be found on Amazon, so I sell them here as well. I have 3 reviews. What? Okay, I don't remember. But anyways, Fons Vita is free to download. The Liberal Assassin is on Amazon. It's free to read on Wattpad and web novel at the same time. Because I'm kind. And okay, so Amazon. Let's take a look at my publishing on Amazon. This is Destiny Aitsuji's profile, so you can find this Liberal Assassin Kindle edition, and you can find the paperback edition, and this is Fons Vitae. But I also have my second pen name, also on Amazon. And this is purely LGBT, it's an anthology with BL, all kind of taboo topics also. So this cover I want to say, I have to thank my friend for helping me within 20 minutes to put the finishing touches, otherwise it would have been so shit. I drew this for by myself, and I don't know how to say this. I'm not talented in drawing. Like the concept I came up with myself, I drew most of it myself, but the finishing touches of the lighting was just no good. So I had to give it to my friend to help me out. So it took me 2 weeks to draw the cover. It also took me 2 weeks. Actually, it took me 8 days to finish writing the manuscript. So you can see that's the disparity, the disparity between my talents. I don't draw, but I tried. And that's the only time I ever touched that Wacom tablet, and I never touch it ever again. Like maybe if I come up with a new book, I will, but I currently have only been writing web novels, so this is one of the other platforms that I actually, participate in. Yes, in any case, I don't even remember when all these things come in. Like, I guess I have reviews. It doesn't really sell, but I tried. Maybe this is not it for me. Like, competition is very stiff on Amazon. So Ringdom is actually this one that you see, but it's kind of like dreamy as well, so that's fine. Royal Road, I put there in the brackets coming soon because I have not poured over anything. I should be copying and pasting some of the Liberal Assassin stuff. I should be, pulling out the Shiro's dungeon here, but I haven't gotten to it, so it's currently just an empty profile. And there is Moonquail, which I use my second pen name for. Oops. Yes, there is Moonquail. So I also have a profile here. You can see that I have books. Book. Okay, yeah. So it's pretty much a lot of copy and pasting because I want to find which platform actually supports me. So I post and I publish to the sites. You can check it out if you are curious. I have a website, and I should probably show you the website that I am currently making. I am not very good at that, but I will try. It's Wix. So my editor Bryce, he was like, Wix is so simple. All you have to do is just drag and drop. And I'm like, okay, I will try to drag and drop, but this is not working out for me. So I was stuck for a while. I don't know what to do. How do I edit this? Oh my god. Oh my god, what is this? Site actions. I want to change it. There we go. So I have not been using this a lot. Okay, so it was saved. Right, so this is the work in progress. It looks amazing, but I have no color sense, so it looks hideous. I tried to copy and paste somebody else preloaded design and put in my stuff, which is, you can say for yourself, it's not very good. This is just, I think, the homepage. So I have, I can't click on that. They don't work. So this is books, and I haven't edited it, so it currently is full of other people's stuff. I have way too many books, so I feel like I have to segregate out web novels, novels, and I don't know what else do I do, paperbacks, something like that. Yeah, so I separated out to web novel and novels. It's empty right now, as you can see. It's a blank page because I have not gotten time to work on it. I should be, but I haven't. This is web novels, and it's also a blank page. No surprise here. There is a bio, which I actually did try. I copied it from the one that I did. I haven't gotten the time to actually get a good photo that looks professional, but I look very childish. And none of the photos that I have that are not cosplay are good enough for a site. Nobody will take me seriously if I have the face of a 15-year-old when I'm actually a 25-year-old. So it's kind of sad. And this is the news and events. It is not filled, as you know, so I don't know how I should link this anywhere. I really want to put this to, like, an automatic push update to, like, from my social medias, like, oh, new YouTube video is up, check it out, that kind of thing. But I don't know if it's possible. I still need to ask my brother for help regarding this. Like, it might be possible, I just don't know. And then this is my contact page, which I will put all my links, like support me, that kind of thing. Yeah, and there's a business inquiry thing, which I don't really know if anybody will want to contact me, so I just leave it there for now. And this is the blog. So there is supposed to be a blog over here. I've decided the design that it's gonna be this squarish grid thing, but uh well, I haven't gotten to writing anything, so all these are preloaded stuff, and I really want to change this because it's not supposed to be this, and it's not supposed to be this username. It's supposed to reflect Destiny ICG. I don't know how. There's so much to be done. Like, this is a very simple thing, but no, it's not simple, not at all. So I was supposed to put a logo beside my name over here as well, and I'm supposed to make this into a button that refers back to the home page, but I don't know how to do it. I so stuck. I don't know what a footer is supposed to be like. So this is like all the defaults here. It's supposed to have links. It's supposed to have icons. It's supposed to have navigation because that's what Bryce told me, but I'm clueless. So this is the website that's not finished. This is a sneak preview that's not so sneaky right now. It's a, yeah, just a demonstration, I guess. So this is my website. I am taking questions because I don't think I have anything else to show you that you do not already know. Loading. So those of you who are also writers and watching this because you want to spy on what I do, feel free to copy my content. This is Incarnate. I will highly recommend this to anyone who wants to make a fantasy world map. This is a free version because I am dead broke and it produces results like that. Can you see the level of detailing there is? It's perfect for something that's basic. I mean, it looks good. It doesn't have everything. For example, you don't have all the things in here. So these are the free versions and everything else is premium. So it's kind of locked, but they have a lot of things. And if you feel like it's necessary and you don't know any basic Photoshop or you don't know how to use PowerPoint to just download an image and add it to the basic map, you can buy the more advanced versions. Like I do not see a need to go advanced, so I didn't buy it. And these are all like the texture things, but I'm like, yeah, there's no real need for me to do this, so I'm satisfied with this version. But if you're not, you can definitely get an upgrade and you can definitely create a map that's gonna look so good. It's going to make you feel like your story has a world. A world building, this is one of the tricks that you can probably look at if you're doing fantasy. That's all I have to show. So without further ado, let's open the question session because I feel like I've been rambling for... Let's check the timer. Oh my god, I've been rambling for half an hour. This is how I do all my vlogs and all my video overlays. If you don't know, I actually was making a video earlier, and that's exactly how it was done. I talk, and by the end I look up at the timer and I conclude my speech. It has been 20 minutes. That's why all those are like 20 minutes. So this is actually the behind scene of what I do on my YouTube that's finally come alive. The last publication was 2016. Holy shit. Okay, you don't want to do that. It's been dead for too long. Okay, so these are my lives, which I'm currently live. Oh, there are 7 views. Wow. Wow, yeah. So interaction is kind of crucial over here. So this video I made with just a voiceover kind of thing while I was doing something that's my style. So I don't put in too much effort into making videos. I don't want to spend too much time editing. I have Premiere Pro, so I just take the whole clip, put it in, don't edit, just make the voice louder, and then put the outro. That's it. I haven't done the intro. So now questions. I start seeing questions. So what is my favorite novel I have written so far? Favorite is a very hard thing to choose because all these babies, like you have children and you don't really have a favorite child because they're all children by you. Then again, we are biased. So, oh, I haven't fixed this. Okay, never mind. Let's see. If I had to choose, there will be two works that are very dear to me. The first one will definitely be The Liberal Assassin for obvious reasons. That was changing point of my life that I wrote when it was my darkest moments. And the second one would be Ball of Nothing. Like I wrote this. So during the darkest periods of my life, which means I was suicidal because my parents were going through a divorce, my life has been a lie, and there was a jerk of an ex that I was dating at that point of time, and family members cheated me of my money that I was saving up to be using on my degree. So I had financial problems on top of all those problems, and it really was the last straw. Everybody was just breaking down, and I was the only one keeping the family together. So I kind of had a delayed reaction. So when the divorce was finally settled 2 years later, I was 21, which was around the time Liberal Assassin was, like rewritten and like being finalized. This book took me 2 years to publish because I had to rewrite it 3 times. The first ending wasn't a happy ending. The second ending was also not a happy ending. And the third ending was finally something I feel like might change people's lives. So he became a fashion designer and followed his passion and what he wanted to do after he tied up all the loose ends. That's the Liberal Assassin. So that's the new ending that I wanted to give myself. Instead of a suicide novel, I consider this a rebirth novel, like rediscovering myself and killing my old self. So I'm technically 3 years old this year. That's my rebirth age. I feel like I've gotten better, but not quite. So the Ball of Nothing happened not too long after I completed the Liberal Assassin, because I feel like if I don't move forward, I will not be able to become the writer that I want to be. I will not be able to lead the life that I gave Titus, the chance that I gave him after, like, not dying. So I found that I wasn't going to waste my rebirth efforts. So I wrote The Ball of Nothing. It was meant to be a 500 or less than 500 word prom kind of story that continues. It's a Gintama concept where everything is not related. It's a daily life, slice of life, kind of no sense story that eventually grew big. Like I have a lot of discrimination from web novel over writing something like this. The previous editors who are working from Team China just didn't like the concept of this. They just want longer chapters. They want everyday updates. They want what 1,000 words per chapter or something, and I was giving them like 500 or 800. So this is not. This is. I don't really know. This is just. At that point of time, I wrote this because I wanted to find out what's the meaning of life. Like, wouldn't life be interesting if it was fun? And I just wanted to write something fun. So the book's theme is the purpose of existence. I was finding my purpose of existence. If I was given a blank start, I had no memories, what would I have done? This is going to be me. This is going to be the me that has forgotten all the unhappy things of my previous life. This is going to be the me that I can create the future that I want. And that's why Ball of Nothing and Liberal Assassin are both very important books to me. I have no favorite novel that I've written so far, but I have novels that I treasure a lot. These are the two. Does that kind of answer your question, Momo? It suddenly got dark, and I'm used to writing lighthearted stuff that's funny all the time, even though I don't mean it to be funny. I don't know why. I guess if I wasn't, so shit on by life, I would have been a very fun person to be with. I would have been this ball of happiness instead of a ball of nothing. So once again, I am open to questions. If you want an acapella song request, I can probably do something. I'm just kidding. Don't make me do it. I'll just keep my eyes on the screen while I do my thinking of how to get this thing out, because I need it done by today. I need two done by today, so I will probably continue. Oh my god, what is this? I will continue writing if I am not done after the stream ends. So currently I have 20 minutes according to the timer. Oh my gosh, the stream looks very blur. Is it very blurry? Yes, it's quite blurry. Oh no. It's on 720 though. Is it on 720? Okay, so I have a question for Momo. If you start a new novel out of all the prompts you showed, which one would you do? Prompts. All the prompts that I did, huh? Ha 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 ha. New novel. Has to be a full-fledged novel, like 80,000 words, because that's like a minimum. Okay, so maybe I'll just go through the prompts in the collection. So the first one about a painter and a copy of the king. Second one is about human sandwich. I'm not gonna do this. The third one is about obsession. I might do this because I see a potential for this to grow into something. Because I write philosophical fiction, so this one kind of does sit on the line of philosophical fiction, where the message of um what kind of devil's human bear comes in. 100 chapters. Oh wow, you're mean. I don't even have 100 chapters for Liberal Assassin. But okay. So Flowers is not gonna be one because Flowers is a perfect one shot. It just ends that way. This one is situational. I'm not doing this because I don't know why Evil Doraemon actually made a feature here with Isekai Jurassic Park. I just lost my marbles back then. I was so stressed. The one that I'll probably do would be Obsession. Or if I'm going to make something that's light-hearted slice of life, it could be Return, because this one is very down to earth. It's a very easy thing to write. It reminds me of Sing to the Dawn. You don't know, that's the stupid book that we had to study for literature, which I don't really like, but it's a book that's, highly renowned. There was even an animation and everything else, and I was just like, yeah, right. So it's not exactly a book I like, but it's highly hailed by people, and I'm just like, okay, I have to study this. It's not poorly written, it's just not written in a way that I like, because it's very, it tries to make it more profound than it actually is. If that's something that I describe, that's how it sounds like. So Sing to the Dawn is symbolic in a sense where she wants to portray a girl who is empowered, but it sounds like a very stereotypical and predictable story, so I don't really see the fascination with it. Like, why are people going on about this? I don't understand. But if I were to write it into a book, it will sound something like Sing to the Dawn, because Return is a very mundane life and reflective kind of theme and topic. So Return over here, I don't put it as a physical return. I put it more of an emotional return, because while this is about a boomerang, it is also about returning home to where you should be. So the right place to belong. It's about home. It's not about returning. That is the entire takeaway. So if I were to do a book, it out of a prompt, this would be one of it, and Obsession would be another one of it. So Obsession over here is about it's about trading. Obsessed over money. It's like gambling. It's the rabbit hole that you go into and you can't come out again. This is very easy to make into a book. And I'm checking the time now. I have about 15 more minutes, so I can probably take another two more questions or so. How do I come up with my characters' names? Good question. First and foremost, it depends on what kind of books they are from. Oh, world names, yeah. So, like I said, a good question. It depends on where they come from, and I realized that I still have the wrong files open. um, okay, so if I were to give an example, if I were to do Time Cross Academy, it's gonna be supernatural. And when I think supernatural, I go into the backgrounds and the culture of these supernaturals, and then I go into the country names. For example, if you're going to be a spirit, if you're going to be a fae, I'm assuming you're going to be coming from the Europe side. And so I look for Europe names, but I have a few in mind. Some of them I make up. For example, I did ask for name suggestions about a mole character, Mole, a female mole character who's blind for Ball of Nothing. And because Ball of Nothing is a fantasy world, so I received a wrong guy. I received quite a few suggestions from people over here. So the one that I really do like is Torf, which is a rip-off from Tough. And this is a character that exists from the last Bender avatar, Aang. I like it, but I don't know if no people will get the reference. I mean, some people might get the reference, but it it seems a little bit too too less of an effort on my part. So another person, Cephalonia, gave me a whole bunch of mythical names. Like, check this out, because they're either blind or they go digging and stuff like that. So the blind is the main part of it, so all these names are here. But I'm like, if she's going to be a villager, if she's going to be a side character, and if Zero is going to name her and Zero has no naming sense, uh that's gonna be a little bit difficult. So um I actually do like the last suggestion that I got from Bayvilla. I'm not sure if she's watching this. Is shout out for her. She gave me this very intelligent pun of a name, Germaine. So you know the name Germaine for girl? If you were to change that, it's going to be mine. So mine is the pun that I was looking for because she has digging powers, and I actually do like this name. So it's a close fight for me between Germaine and Torf. How I get my names are finding inspirations of things that I like. So if you see here, I finally opened the right file. This is my character profile for Ball of Nothing. So while I have the world setting, I also have all my characters. So Zero is the name of my main character in Ball of Nothing because he has a past self, and I wanted to represent them between Ball of Nothing and the creator. So nothing versus everything. If everything is going to be, you know, solo, because you're one and only, you're solo, then the opposite of solo would be zero, a one who has nothing. So that's the reason for the names. There are meanings behind it. And Ball of Nothing is slightly more unique, so I don't really have to come up with many other names because they already exist. Zeus is a name. Gaia is a name. Isis, Egyptian goddess. Freya from Norse. I don't have to create much. Huatua is from Chinese history, and Steve Jobs is the guy who died, like, after creating Apple and stuff like that. So there are names that exist. Other names are gonna be something like Gremlin. Why Gremlin? Because Gremlin. Have you heard of Gremlin? So it's basically pun. It's a pun. So Gremlin is like, a evil monster, kind of like gnome-like, and that's how it became Gremlin. Jen is because I was watching popular MMOs, and Jen is the wife of popular MMO, ex-wife now. And Jeremy Hound is because he's a half dog, so Hound is his surname. Jack Lantern, you should know. You can guess what kind of thing he is. He's a Jack O'Lantern. Unicorn, I just split the word out because, yeah, I'm not very creative in this sense. But Chu En Zheng has a special meaning behind his name. True, because the person who gave him this name is one of the great goddess. They want him to be truthful, so that's true. And Zheng was his last life's name, so they brought it forward. So Chuan. Chuan is actually not a name, I think. There we go. Chuan is not actually a name, so I invented that name. That's how I got my name. So the other things like Lily, because she's a flower fairy, it's not very, yeah. Swift. A lot of people ask me, is this Taylor Swift? Did I get it from Taylor Swift? No. Swift just means fast, and she's actually a harpy, so she's a harpy delivery service. She's fast. And then we have things like Bob the dragon. Why Bob? Well, good question, because Bob is like my favorite minion, and if you're gonna make a dragon, grand enough for an introduction, you are not going to give people a name that's complicated like Fang Slayer and like, surprise them. They're like, oh yeah, that's expected of a dragon's name. You're not going to impress them by saying my name is Veldora, because people actually expect that from a fantasy theme. Therefore, if you introduce a dragon, hi, meet my dragon. His name is Bob. That is the comedy punchline that I was aiming for, and that's why it had to be Bob. And Bob is actually the default name of every character before I give them names, because I am bad at naming some of them. So names like Zenobia, Kairis, and da. Some of it I actually invent, and some of it I actually know people like that. Leon is the name of my director, my managing director, while I was still employed. So that's an Easter egg. Like, I know he doesn't read my stuff, so I'm pretty safe And Leon in this story is a werecat child, so there is no resemblance whatsoever. I just borrowed the name. Yeah, so a lot of these things are, yeah, some I get, some I not. Gresher is definitely an invented name. You don't see Gresher anywhere. Uh, Cooks Van Dukes is a very sophisticated name, but I also invented this. This is Yan, the X is silent. This is Val, the X is silent. I invented this name and language. So how do I actually get this? Good question. I have no idea. You just look at the keyboard sometimes and you're like, hey, this could be fun. And then you get a name. Michnu is not a name. So Michnu is actually because I wanted her to be a very strong, badass female assassin character. She's dark elf, and I was like, yeah, Mitch sounds like a bitch, so let's do it Michnu. I don't know what is going on in my head while I wrote this. I'm probably high on drugs. Count of Carabas comes from the Marquis of Carabas is here. You know that story, Puss in Boots? That is the inspiration. But I made this guy a bad guy because, like, the Marquis of Carabas was kind of like a useless guy who actually married a princess for doing nothing because he had a cat. So I actually like the cat, but I don't like the Marquis. So I was like, yeah, let's get a puppet. And this guy is actually a puppet, so Carabas. And Bryce is like a pun of Bryce. My editor, like Bryce. I just changed it to I. Then the rest of these names, I just, yeah, this is Cerberus, Cerberus, like it's spelled with a C, but this K is actually an alternative spelling, so that's how it is. There are a lot of, like, you know, some of these, most of these are actually just mythical creatures. Ruth Roth. I always like the name Ruth, and Roth is like, you know, one of the richest families, the Roth families, Roth Van Gogh or something. Roth. Yeah. This Rothschild family is like the richest family from Jew or something. They own, I don't know, they probably own Harry's Hilton or something. I can't remember. But I was told that they were like the world's richest people and most mysterious, powerful people. So I was like, I have to have one of these Roths here. And I was like, Ruth, you're gonna be the child of Roth because they're all gonna go to hell for. I'm not cussing them, okay? It's like I have a feeling that most of them ended in hell because you can't be, you are not doing something illegal. I don't believe that these people get their riches through the right ways. Maybe it's like, you know, lent down through hands or something that they grew over time, but it is really, 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 really not possible to make money off the, you know, the completely legal way. There has to be something going on. So I was like, yeah, let's just put a Roth in there because I like Ruth, I like Roth, and it's RR, so that's one of the things that I came up with. Robo Mike is because there was once in Letterland I learned M for Munching Mike. That was the character when I had to teach the kids in a childcare, Mike. So I was like, yeah, why don't we have a robot golem? It's not actually a robot, it's a golem, but it would be cool if his name is Robo Mike, just to, you know, shit with people and confuse the heck out of them. Olaf, as you can see, I named the dragon out of a snowman from Frozen because he was an ice dragon. Enough said. Rhinestone because I don't know, the song Rhinestone Cowboy just came to mind and I was like, yeah, this is not a guy that I actually like. Rhinestone is a stupid name. So I made him the villain, kind of. Yeah. Raynor is actually a Manta Ray demon, and why Ray? Because it's like Manta Ray. Bray is a name, but Ray is such a plain name, so we have to have something. And then there is a friend I know called Ronald, so I was like, Reynold, you shall be named Reynold. These are how I actually get some of my names. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. I can't explain to you how I get all my names. It just comes to me. Like, I have no idea. I really have no idea. Doggone Flintstock is not a name at all. You will not find a guy called Doggone Flintstock. I was like, I need a dwarf. And then I remembered I play old RuneScape. And then Flint comes from Minecraft. So I was like, if you put RuneScape and Minecraft, they give you Doggone Flintstock. That's the name. Any other questions? Because pretty sure my timer is going to come up in 2 minutes. Just enough time for me to wrap up this stream of nothingness. I don't even know. There's hardly any writing done. Then again, I hope you had fun. You learned something. So if there's no other questions, without further ado, it is 61 minutes. I have exceeded the time by 1 minute. I will now end the stream. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, I will give you more of a uh advance notice. I hope. I guess I'm not a very advanced notice person because I have commitment issues. So yeah, thanks for coming. I'll see you guys again. I will still be on Discord and everywhere.